Yeah, I've got you. Hey folks, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sitting there all nice and comfy on your couch and wherever you are. Hope you're well. We are just about to get battered, literally. Jilly's telling me, and she's about sort of like 2 miles that way as the crow flies. And we're looking at, she's got hail at the moment. We've got wet runway, which is absolutely perfect. Looking on my flight radar, when you select the little blue water drop looking thing, droplet over your airport that you want to zoom in on, which in this case is London Heathrow. You can look at arrivals, you can look at departures, and on the arrivals board this afternoon, starting off at 3 o'clock with 787 with Saudi Arabian 787. I wonder if it's a special livery. 777 LATAM 777, Emirates 777, Turkish 777. Wow, so that's 4 big jets right on the get-go. Should be anyway, I think, unless it's landed. Jeddah's landed. Gutted. It might not have been anyway, but I'll show you in a second. In terms of what's coming this way, it is what it is. We'll just stay here. Great thing is, like I say, we've got a wet runway. Visibility looks very, very low. I wonder if we're into cat situation here. But anyway, scroll through all the arrivals, folks, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this geezer here, what's he doing? What's this one here sitting here waiting for an intersecting departure? What's that all about? What's that all about? Is he sort of like being given special dispensation? Oh, he does, doesn't he? Oh yeah, of course we're still on departures, aren't we? Yeah, you need to get a move on, son. What, is that other one already starting to make its approach? Right, okay. Come on, son, you need to get a move on. So, welcome everybody, hope you're doing well. Yeah, get involved, tell me what's coming in, what's going out. If you like what's going out, more importantly what's coming in, because this is the runway where we're catching arrivals. The switchover is literally just about to happen. Oh, gutted. Look, there's a 380 arriving on the Southern, mate. Oh, you little... He would have made a load of noise. Oh, it is what it is. I got brass in pocket. The switchover. Captain Chris landing soon from Lagos. Karina saying. The first one is in Capo Chris, your joke. How does she know that? Is it on his Instagram or something? Didn't he go down to Lagos? Mind you, it wouldn't have been overly spectacular with this 380 because it's British Airways, you see, and they're very, very careful with their Rolls-Royce engines, especially here at Heathrow. Not so much when you land on a BA 380 somewhere like New York or wherever. It's always quite loud and shouty whilst you're on board. Notice anything there, folks? Have a look at that. Have a look at it. First time we've seen that, isn't it? With Air Canada. And interestingly, see, they have had that whole tail section. Oh, here he comes now. They've had that whole tail section repainted. They have just thrown a vinyl sticker on it. Capo Chris. What's the visibility on this, mate? Minimums. Just got it. sat down on the mains and just rolled it out. Wow, Captain Chris, you are a smooth operator, isn't he, eh? Hello, this is Captain Chris. He's a smooth operator. It would be the advert or something like that, wouldn't it? Oh, actually, it's g'day, Captain Chris here. That guy, folks, has been sitting there for about the lot. Oh, is it Donald Kate Bush? Has been sitting there for the best part of 20 minutes now. Rejected takeoff. Oh, and now she's moving. Hold on a minute, I need to get this. Yeah, this rain. You know the problem I've got, Julie, is that I didn't bring waterproofs. I've got a waterproof jacket. Yeah, but my trousers going to get wet, aren't they? McDonald's. That's twice in the space of 5 days, isn't it? We've caught him landing. Yeah, I think my jeans are going to get really wet now. Chris sitting in his big armchair pilot seat while I take all the stick. Oh mate, we need to get this. I thought we had some big ones, mind you. That's the ETA board, isn't it? That's the estimated board, isn't it? That you see on flight radar. It's not exactly to the T, is it? Stuff in between and falling out of stuff falling out of line and oh, you're out of line, Sat. Mr. Singh, welcome back, Mr. Singh. Sorry folks, just obviously when I look west, don't look down boy, when I look west, we get battered by the Wayne. A diesel 13, Japan Airlines 777, 7 minutes out. Should have the Emirates 777 as well. We'll CPR, wonder if we'll see Pinky today. Maybe, might be sitting on the nest though. This keeps up to me. Yeah, I'm sorry. The only problem is, yeah, that you're only going to find them upstairs on the clothes dryer, because the other ones I've got sort of like buried in amongst all the other stuff. There's always something, you know. Aidan Campbell, SQ308, 25 minutes out. Switchover is the same time every day, ladies and gentlemen. Every single day that the Lord Jesus Christ gives us, it is the same thing when they're on 2-7 operations. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the time that God gave us is, mind you, he escaped this morning, didn't he? Did he escape out of the cave? He's gone down to B&Q or something like that to get a few shelves for the cave. I don't know, but yes. We are very fortunate every day at 1500 hours here at London Heathrow. The runway operations in terms of landings and departures, not direction, only direction. If flew him to the floor, Centurion. Is Chilly gonna go and look through Jerry's drawers? I've only got one. Pants and socks. And indeed, Miles High saying there, you can set your watch by the switchover. You definitely can. sometimes they're a tiny bit early. I wonder if that's... We saw one going out. Yeah, we saw one going out yesterday with double reverser cowls. Or spare ones. See now those, remember we were having a discussion yesterday, folks, about the boards, as Captain Screaming Emu calls them. The ground spoilers as they are now. You can see them up there, see the black things on the wings? They are spoilers to spoil the air, to slow the aircraft down on landing. They actually have 3 purposes. One is as a sort of like combi aileron to sort of like work in unison with the aileron, the outboard aileron. The other is as a speed brake, which is to slow the aircraft down during approach, where the boards will come up. They come up pretty high. I've seen them come up pretty high when the pilot needs to scrub off a load of speed. Let's just get. It is actually quite hazy in a funny sort of way. Oh, that's not though. Oh, mate. Come on, son. Flipping it. What's the matter with you? Funny rain today, isn't it? Just behaving in a funny sort of way. Here we go. This should make a bit of noise. Oh, nailed it. Here we go. D-rated. Idle thrust. Doors are open, but no one's home. Look at that. You'll see what I mean. You can see the outboard ailerons now being pitched all the way up to add to work as an assisting ground spoiler. And the inboard flaps that you see, the inboard speed brakes or ground spoilers or spoilers, whichever you want to call them, actually create. That's why they are situated where they are. Those inboard ones to maximise the weight on wheels. Ooh, blimey. Okay. It might be too late, Jilly. But we just have to go with it. Yeah, just go with it, mate. Ethan Pope. I fly for Air Canada and not only speed, but we use it for altitude as well. Deploying. Wow. Speed brakes increases your rate of descent. Yes, indeed. On descent. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is they're generally used at top of descent. Is that right, Ethan? When the aircraft is starting its approach procedures, even if it is sort of like an hour out, still an hour out. Depends on where you're coming from. Or 30 minutes or however long, maybe not an hour, but it's a bit long, isn't it? 20 minutes. See the outboard ailerons there sticking up, everything's sticking up, and the inboard ones, even the flaperons having a go. Look, that big board behind the engines. But mind you, I think that flaperon at this stage is actually disarmed in order to minimise the amount of pressure on it from the engines. I think maybe, and that's why it's just allowed to sit at that angle. Yeah, like Ethan's saying there, on the descent, you use them as a speed brake to scrub off speed. Literally, it's almost like, you know, a car's brakes, if you will, where you're going down a hill and you need to slow down, and you apply the brakes. Of course, they can't do that in an aeroplane. They have to deploy what is known as speed brakes. Well, like I say, they have a few uses, the flight surfaces. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this. Have I got something on the lens here, mate? This stuff's not working. Normally it's really good. Sorry, folks. No, I've got some. This is quite rare, isn't it? Lovely to see, though. Was it? Oh my God, mate, it's getting really bad now. It's getting really bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting the back end of it now, though. Oh my goodness me, I'm getting hammered here. It's going to be too late. My trousers are going to be soaked through, mate. Oh, flipping heck, Jerry, mate. 7 years? How long have you been doing it? No, there's no point. Not really, mate. I'm gonna, I guess, yeah. It might be a pair of jeans hanging over the balustrade, the thing at the top of the stairs. Balustrade, or whatever you call it, thingamajig. But yeah, over the top, at the top, you know, banister is the thing that goes up the stairs, isn't it? Oh, mind you, I think it just continues, doesn't it? It's absolutely hammering it down, man. Oh, mate, no, it's through. Oh, mate, that's very. I need a towel, mate, as well. I need a towel, Jilly. Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Oh, look, there's another big load coming this way. There's a big load coming this way, man. Oh, that's horrible. I don't like the moan. I hate moaners, but it's not very. It's not very. Yeah, I know. Well, it depends on what you're moaning about, doesn't it? Really, I guess. Standing in the rain is not not exactly very sort of like unmoanable. Was that a 20-minute argument or a full half hour? Wow, look at the rain pouring, look at the water pouring off the wings of this jet, man. Quimra, is that Quimra? Seymour? Sorry, it's Welsh, isn't it? And I'm probably getting that completely wrong. I'm not even going to insult anybody by trying to pronounce that. Trier has upgraded their membership to first class. Thank you so much. Give me the sort of like English easy pronunciation. I appreciate that. Thanks. Joe Tate, Ian Baker, Miles High, g'day everybody, Paul Skilling, Jeanette Haynes, VJ Menon, small wardrobe in the back of the van. 5 minutes, Mr. Dyer, 5 minutes, yeah, I'm just putting my lipstick on. You give me some stars, Gillian, yeah, bring that, yeah. Get me a mirror with stars on it, please, Gillian. And little lights all the way around it as well. I'll go and have a... No, he won't be outside, mate. He won't be outside. I'm disappointed these guys aren't loading it. He's probably on my bed, isn't he? No, he wouldn't have done that. No! Can you shut the door, Jilly? Can you go and shut the door, please? Just shut that door. Oh, he was outside, was he? May have seen that at Toulouse, you know. Mrs H, this is when you need Mr Ben's changing room. Don't want to walk the way he walks, though. But yes, Mr Ben's changing room. Walks in and walks out, and he's in amongst a load of dinosaurs. What a great idea for a movie, isn't it, really? Mr Ben. Look at the water, Paul. Look at it. Look at the water pouring off this jet's wings, folks. Look at that. Can you see that? Because it's difficult for me on my monitor, but I don't know if you can see the wake of water which is falling off that, which is pouring off this jet's wings. Devotion to duty. Thanks, Alan. Never on the runways of human conflict has so much been owed. Yeah, that's the one thing that I mentioned. I forgot to mention the other day when we were doing the storms. I was saying thank you to everybody. I didn't say thank you to the. Thank you to the pilots. The songs I'm singing. That's beautiful 350, man, isn't that lovely? Tim the Tall Man's in Windermere, lousy weather, so he's got his feet up. He's on holiday in Lake Windermere. Look at this, man. Look at it in the distance. See it falling there, man. Look at, that's crazy. Look at the line that it's, that's the wake, folks. That's what we don't see in the invisible conditions. Freddie Simpson is a new member. Welcome, Freddie. Raptrex, I think this is from Scotland. Now, on approach, I think with the whole, when the tower is bringing them in, they'll say clear to land, blah, 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 QNH, whatever it is, for the barometer, for the pressure, for the ground altitude, and all that kind of stuff. But they'll all, I don't know if they call out minimums at, because the minimums will change, won't they? I think they're past that point now as they just break through the layer of cloud, and now you'll start to see the water. Thanks, Big Red, really appreciate that, mate. Bright and sunny in wherever he is. It's bright and sunny everywhere else, isn't it? Oh, apart from Lake Windermere. Daniel Burns, Singapore Slinger, just crossed the UK coast. I think we're in for a wet afternoon, put it that way. We've got another big element coming this way. Mind you, the wind has completely dropped. Look at the sock. Okay. See, look, over there, it's all nice and clear over there, but that, is Chile going to get here before that gets here? That's the question. Hello and welcome. This is the Chili Challenge at London Heathrow this afternoon. I can't see these are covered in water, isn't it? That's me trying to clean the lens. Look at that. Look at that, man. It's like a cathedral of water. Isn't it beautiful? When you can see it.
Jerry.
Oh, I'm alright, thanks mate. Thank you. No, the coat's alright, it's the trousers. Nice. Always looking up, what's the occasion for today's stream? Well, I remember seeing you looking up, always looking up. You weren't around yesterday, so you wouldn't have heard that we were, because it's a bank holiday and because people are sort of like probably either stuck indoors just doing whatever they're doing, or you know, bored of the TV, and I would have only been twiddling my thumbs. So, you know, get out here and have some fun. So now the sun's going to dry things up a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, the feet are fine. The feet are good for now. I've got some pretty sturdy leather shoes on, so, well, that's a new thing they've brought into the airports now, isn't it? Do your shoes go above the heel line? You know. Well, ankles, not heel, ankles. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you laugh about that, Jilly, but that's probably the safest thing to do, is wear flip-flops when you're checking in. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's just broken through, hasn't it? So I think he's being given the call. The calls are coming out, aren't they? From the flight deck. Still just under 1,000 feet there. Well, probably about 20 seconds out, I think. These maybe a little bit. Let's just see when it gets to 0 feet, how long, how far out. You're far out, man. How far out the flight radar is in relation to the actual height, because at the moment it's still showing 600 feet. That's nowhere near 600 feet. That's probably more like 200, getting down to 100. Yeah, 524 feet she's still at. Go on, son, open it up. Oh, mate, what's going on? Come on, man, we've come out here especially for you. We've got rained on and everything. Give us a little bit of reverser action. Air India on the push. Love that aeroplane. Clever. Hamad Khan, Steve Stibbons, Rachel Van Zeller. Rachel ever go to sleep? Oh, listen to that. Did you hear that, folks? Wow. Some beautiful shapes that they're leaving in their wake. Look at that. Crazy, man. This looks like Royal Jordanian. Cowboy boots. Worst decision ever, as the fella from The Simpsons would say. There you go. Nice. Has that just gone right over the top of you, Jilly, at the roundabout or something? Nice. It's great when they punch out from behind the bushes, man. Oh, blue sky, yes, we heard it. Awesome. Who was that? Was that Jordan Charlie that came up and offered me his jacket? It was a very gracious thing to do. I don't know if it was. I think it was. No, I don't know. But whoever it was, thank you very much to you for coming and offering me a waterproof. Really appreciate that, man. Unfortunately, it's the wrong end. Wow, wouldn't have even felt that. All on the brakes. So that's another pilot, Air Canada pilot, called Ralph Gilly, who's a member, talking about the use of speed brakes and spoiler-ons, as Captain Emu made a point of. I don't know if that's a commonly used term or if that is it, because I can see it, because they have flapper-ons, obviously. Not a lot of people use the flapper-on terminology, but it's basically the low-speed aileron, which is the inboard aileron. And interestingly enough, when aeroplanes were originally designed, the general design standard that people had to stick to was the use of a flapper-on. Airbus did it with the A300 and the A310. However, they don't have a flapper-on on any other Airbus jet. Using just the big ailerons and split ailerons as well on some jets, and also the wing flight surfaces, which are actually, like I say, the speed brakes, which are used alongside, well, as another tool, literally, for turning the aircraft, banking left, right, if you see what I mean. It's quite a unique feature and difference between Airbus and Boeing jets. The non-use of a flapper-on or low-speed aileron. Okay. Festival of creativity, off on another mission. Well, the good thing is the rain has stopped. Ellis Chernoff. My goal as a pilot was to use a little speed brakes as possible. Good planning and descent management will avoid the need to use speed brakes. Yeah, that's a fair comment. You know, I think really the only time that you'll have to, well, when you're at the top of the descent and you need to, when you start your descent, like he says, plan ahead. And then you can reduce the need for the speed brakes. It is quite a cool thing as a passenger to look out on, to see the speed brakes in use, or the you know, the flight surfaces during the descent. .737, his little stubby undercarriage, look, big tall tail on it. Everything's very low, isn't it, on the 737, and its big tall tail is a giveaway that this is a 737. This is not a Max, I don't think, anyway. Oh, I don't know though. Hold on a minute, it might be. No, are they CFMs? They're CFMs, aren't they? Is this the Royal Air Maroc, an 800 or? Oh no, it's not Air Maroc, is it? It's El Al. Wow, that's pretty rare. Is it a freighter? No. CFM 56, the original powerhouse. Very popular engine, still used worldwide. Oh, is that something juicy coming into the back of the stack? We just turned on to back at stack. When I say the stack, of course, it's something that I've named it that myself. It's not an official term or anything like that. It is actually the glide slope. So they're fully established now. They've just called in to the tower, BA whatever, whoever it might be, or whatever carrier, flight number details and all that sort of thing, indicating to the tower that they've now established themselves on the localizer. The aircraft is now following a beam of light, so to speak. Chilly, mate. It's starting again. Okay, I think I'm going to go straight for the cruisers. Straight for the cruisers. I'm not going to try and dry out because they're not that bad. That's great feedback from Ellis Chernoff there. Another pilot here on Big Jet TV. Thank you, sir. Nick Gray, ANA 777-300 turning finals. That might well have been it. I don't know. Although, wouldn't they come from the north? I don't know. Claire Bear's always called it a stack. Singapore. Oh, it wasn't a. Oh, there it is. There, look. I think that's it. Is that the ANA triple? Or is that the Slinger? No, it's the ANA triple. So now he's turning finals. And the one in front of it is I'm not sure, either a 777 or a. Wow, look at the swirls that are being created by the vortex on those jets, man. Isn't that beautiful, man? Oh, Danish Air Transport, Raptor X from Athens in Greece. What, that one there at the front of that? What we? Oh, the one we saw just landed. Oh, okay. Yeah, stacking aeroplanes. Yeah, it's. Right, just getting the cruisers, folks. Stand by. Oh, nice one, mate. Thank you. Cheers, Julie. Okay. Oh. Now the thing is, the challenge here is to put the trousers on without having to take the boots off, and they're quite rubbery, so it is a bit of a challenge. Let's go sit down over here, Louis. Right, come on, son. You've done this a million times. Look at that, straight on, mate. Hey! Ooh, it's a bit like putting a... Oh. There we go. Nice one, GP. See how many more. What have I missed? What have I missed? Three out. Might as well hang for it. Oh, this could sing. No, she's not going right. Oh, is that another 380 then? Nice. Okay, just for the sweet. 7 years old, this slinger. Now she's coming in on this runway, mate, 100%. Might pull a bit of that cloud down with it. Look, watch. Literally acting like a vacuum, isn't it? Look at that, creating that swirl. Briar Gaming is a returning member. Welcome back, Briar. Captain Marnie, proper use. Oh, nice bit of vortex coming off the outboard section of the flaps, because it's a squared off edge, you see. Anything square with a square edge on it creates that vortex, or a dirty vortex, should I say. Very smooth. D-rated again. Okay, here we go. Here she comes. GP, turn your beep beep thing off. Well, Sam Wilson also saying that Flight Radar 24 is showing this jet landing on the left-hand runway. Well, it's just atmospherics, folks. It's just a glitch, you know, happens. Think of how big Flight Radar 24 is, and, you know, you can expect to have the odd glitch now and then. So we got a few idiots in the chat, Jilly. You need to keep an eye out for that. Okay. I'm hearing there's a few Sharons out there. No offence to people. Sarah, sorry, or... Oh, I don't know, whatever. Apologies to anyone called Sharon. Oh, look at that, man. Wow, just turned the loud button up to 11, didn't he? That was fantastic, man. Just put these up properly, because yeah, I look like someone from the 70s. Awesome slinger. No, I'm all good. I'm all good, thank you. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, here comes the rain. Here it is again. Here we go. Round 2. Now we'll have a look out for it. Yeah, you're right there, Gillian. The nice dry. Yeah. Chris Nicholson, welcome to First Class, a returning member. And Kristen Steingrant has gifted 10 memberships. What a lovely thing to do. Thank you, Kristen. What a wonderful thing. Ian Baker, another 380 arriving soon. Look at the shapes that these jets are leaving in these clouds. Now this one, hoping that the next one in is going to literally pile straight through that. Oh no, he's past it. Still on the lookout for Pinky. Sarah Louise, cloud formation is stunning. Yeah, I'm a big cloud appreciator. I love clouds, all the different formations, the different layers, yeah, I love stormy clouds as well. And it's great to sort of like see what's coming. When you look at that, right around me here, literally coming right at me, you could just about see the rain actually falling from the clouds there, folks. It's beautiful to see. And if you're all wrapped up and dry, because you stayed here longer than 20 minutes, or however long, I think it's a minimum. It's all right, mate. I'll reimburse you. Or come and get the card if you like. Ronnie and Ewan, every pilot buttering their landings. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no wind to talk of here, folks. Look, the sock is absolutely dead. Nothing to write home about. Looking very sad. Sam Wilson, next arrival, Lufthansa from Munich. Was, yeah, this one here, I'm guessing. Michael Bodner has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Michael. What a wonderful, gracious thing to do, to be to give like that, to give people the opportunity to come with us. Those members that you've just gifted, and all those people that are gifted memberships, will be coming to overseas with us to Anchorage later on this month. I can say this month now, can't I? So did the Singapore 380 that was poorly with that broken leading edge slat, did she leave? They're flying that Emirates 380, aren't they, that got damaged in Russia. They're flying it back, ferrying it back to Dubai, and by the looks of it, it's going to be a pressurized flight as well. And that ground vehicle the poo truck literally punctured the skin of the aircraft, albeit below below the cabin, if you know what I mean. And so obviously there are parts of, I think they can depressurize the hold of an aircraft. Can somebody confirm that with me? They would be able to fly an aircraft back because basically the honey wagon, see where that set of steps is there? He was trying to, no, apparently the guy was incapacitated, unfortunately, and that's why he drove underneath it. Of course, there will be conspiracy theories because it was in Russia, blah, 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 but we'll just leave it at that. But they are flying it back. Because he did have a stroke, apparently. That's what we're hearing anyway. Jill Baxter, according to Flight Radar 24, that Singapore 380 that just landed is driving down Staines Road. Brilliant. Okay, this is a full look at this Air Canada Wish livery. First time I've seen it. Because we've seen so many aircraft with their paint peeling, it kind of, in a funny sort of way, almost looks like that, doesn't it? I'm sure there is a, I'll get a little bit closer. Okay. A little, okay. Still none the wiser. Is that a movie or something? It's Disney, isn't it? Okay, so that's a full repaint as well, man. Look at that, because the tail, the logo, the emblem on the tail is normally a lot bigger than that. Oh, they're cooking fish, mate. They're cooking fish. Roxy Simmons has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Roxy. And there's Karen Northnagle has also gifted a membership. Wayne Smith has upgraded to first class. Wayne, thank you so much. Going to be joining us in Anchorage live, if you so wish. Funny wish. And that's what we would like to see, you guys getting involved in Anchorage. We do normally have a big a large number of people following us when watching live when we're in Anchorage, even though the times are all out. But Claire Bear, apparently unless you're watching this at Heathrow you wouldn't know the Slinger has landed. Okay, is it just the Slinger that's sort of like all out of sync? I'm all out of sync, I'm so lost without you, I'm out of sync. It's so long. Stop it. Fillet, lovely. Can't wait for Anchorage. The trousers are still undone. I think they're halfway around the ankles. Right. Bit of a line up there. Does the little lad want a sticker, mate? Oh, flipping heck. Okay.
Right, something for you.
Right.
Chili in there, hopefully you like it.
Oh.
And chili cat.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
I'm just trying to look for stickers here. Oh, here we go.
That's all right.
Thank you so much. Here you go, mate.
Stay. Thank you.
Nice one. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, Kilo Mike has already departed, has it? Okay. Matthew Ewan, thank you, Matthew. Sorry, I'm just doing my trousers up. I can feel the old fingers getting a bit frosty here. Gary Mortimer is a brand new member. Welcome, Gary. Ronnie and Ethan slinging our deboarding in Southville Crescent. That's brilliant, isn't it? Are you in McDonald's, Jilly? Eric T to St. Jerry, actually the flight radar of the Singapore 380 is now parked on your front driveway. Brilliant. Charge is like, sound about it. Wow, that would be pretty cool. So, it's kind of thing you dream about, isn't it? When I've had a few dreams where I've been on an aeroplane and we've been trying to negotiate our way around trees. Raptorex, Vicky Denning, Alan Shadbolt. Is the last plane in shot moving on one engine? Alan, I think it was Alan, wasn't it? Yes. Very likely that they've shut that engine down because that's obviously they don't need, once they're on the ground, they don't need two engines to manoeuvre the aircraft. One is quite ample. And it's not like it pulls to the left or pulls to the right. That is a fuel saving thing that they've been doing for many years, and you do from time to time. I hear it a lot when I'm travelling on a domestic flight, especially. I'll always hear the pilots start the number 2 engine on the way up to the runway entry point on the taxiway. Obviously, don't want to leave it too late because you need to bring get the engine up to temperatures and all that kind of stuff. ARC 0232, when and where does the Qantas 380 come from? Good question. I think it's via Singapore, isn't it? The Qantas 380, the big roo. Is it Perth? Not Perth, is it? It's no. It just does Singapore route, doesn't it? It just literally does Singapore Heathrow. I don't think it actually. It goes down to Sydney. Okay. Oh right. Okay. There we go. Yeah. And that will go out later on today. It was, wasn't it? It did overtake us, didn't it? It was going out as we were leaving. So it may have left in front of us at Singapore then. I'm thinking, wow, look at that rain coming this way. I think I might miss it. Is it? Okay, here we go then. Round 2 of the rain. Beryl Kubler, BA pilots are so smooth. Well, I think all pilots are smooth. Depends on the pilot, doesn't it? Some are smooth, some are quite erratic. Matilda, Emirates next. Yes, Blair, indeed. It is the Qantas 787 that does the direct Perth route. It's a long flight, isn't it? Is it 14 hours, I think? 17 hours, yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Arrow, Big Roo even making a statement sitting down. So this should make some noise, but last one didn't, so. Oh, butter. Go on, son, line it up. Not a lot, but enough. Nice. Oh, Sandra saying, Sananda saying thinks it's 17 hours. Here now I do the direct Perth flight. Oh, did I say, yeah, sorry, correct you. My head's a little bit fluffy today, got to be honest with you. Blood Flame Raptor. Big plane indeed. Awesome. Winston Smith. Smooth. Was a smooth touchdown, wasn't it? They trained hard, but they're paid well and rewarded well, the Emirates pilots. Very strict with their disciplines in terms of approach and, well, throughout the flight really, both the pilots and the cabin crew. Constant sort of like monitoring, but not to the weird stage, but you know, like, you know, cameras in your house and all that. Now this could make some noise. Aero Mexico. Good thing is that the rain is just falling vertically at the moment, and not, well, there's not that much wind to write home about. Andy Fishlock done 10.5 hours. Yeah, I've done the Joburg route, London Heathrow, Joburg, quite a number of times, seeing as I used to live there. I used to come home at least twice a year. Matilda, new livery to her, that Aero Mexico special. Read all about it. All of a sudden, it's because I drank like a litre of water before I came out. For sake. Okay, no listening. I'm going for a wee downstairs, so you're going to have to talk amongst yourselves for a minute. No listening! Like this actually. Blimey. Oh. Okay. Okay. Right. I'm going to keep it in the pocket for the time being. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Wow. Now the conditions are crazy. Look how sunny it is. And look how much water's falling from the sky. Oh my goodness me, look at that. I was going to say, surely there'll be a rainbow. And look, there's one right over the threshold as well. It's a double bubble rainbow. And one of them is right on the threshold. Arsenal Liverpool fan 45, welcome to Premium. Clear skies overhead, man. Crazy. Steam. There's steam coming off me. I'm steaming up, man. Seriously. That's insane. I've got to show you. Are you going to be able to see the steam? No. I'm trying to be cool. Can't really work with it. Trust me, I am steaming. Yeah, April showers. Indeed it is. That time. Wow, look at the rainbow, man. Look at that. I've never seen one with so much, so many bands to it. I've never seen that many bands in a rainbow before. Hello, Zippy. What are you doing? One skin. Where's Bungle? I'm over here. Oh no, it's George. Which one's the pink one? George. The dim one. How you doing, folks? Hope you're well. Yes, at least it's warmed up a bit, I have to say. I've got clear skies overhead, believe it or not. I can go cruisers if you want, folks. Dr. Ofab, live steam is good today. Trust me, there was steam coming off my arms. They put that Emirates triple down there. I'm guessing that someone's going to tell me, no, it's the standard gate, because obviously they park the 380 around the other side. It's just all part of the same terminal. Just wonder what happened to that One World jet that they were that had that RTO. KLM 737. Okay, still there apparently. Sam Wilson, shame it's not an L1011. Oh, to have travelled back with all you guys to those days would have been just, you know, the mid 80s I think would have been the best era for me, I think. Let's look at all the aircraft you've still got flying and sort of like pre the next generation. Beautiful skies, man. Jimmy Ritter, Farid, Debbie Spelling, Paul Skilling. Yeah, I'm up to date. Sam Wilson only saying because the actual KLM flight number is 1011. Oh, okay, there we go. I thought Sam Wilson was a youngster. Obviously not. Sometimes you think that they are, but they're not. I mean, unless he is one of those kids who appreciates the older generation of jets, you know, L1011s, DC10s, 707s, Coronados, DC8s, Caravels. MDC Vegas. Do I miss Amsterdam? We were there on Wednesday, MDC. Just for a quick trip there to the observation terrace. Sorry. Next time we go, we are going to do a full trip of Amsterdam, outlining the official and unofficial spotting locations. Inching our way closer to that news, folks. And tomorrow is going to be another sort of like element of that, which needs to be dealt with. Quite a few meetings going on and all that kind of stuff. All in the hope to be able to bring you something very special. Always fighting for it, folks. Don't just sit back on our laurels and just, you know, expect you guys to just, you know, I like to, if I can, bring you new stuff because I want to show it off. I love aviation, so anything I can show you that enhances it. Cool, blimey! I can smell the washing powder coming off my trousers. It's nice, don't get me wrong, it's not like Persil or soapy stuff. It's like, yeah! Dan flew upstairs on the Virgin 747 to New York and back when I was a kid. Wow. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of people who can say they've flown on an old DC-8 up front on the flight deck, you know, as many times as I did with my old man. I'm very fortunate that I had that opportunity when I was a youngster, and that my dad appreciated my amazement at the aircraft. I always remember him sitting around the dining room table doing his notes and stuff like that when he's flying the Britannia. Bristol Britannia. Drop it. Wow. Interesting. Interesting to see that that sort of like we've got idle thrust going on there. Is that why we're seeing that? Listen to this. nothing to it. Right, I'm going to take the mic out. I'm going to every opportunity I can to be able to give you a little bit more ambient sound. I will take it, folks. So for the time being, we have decent enough conditions to be able Oh, blimey. That's very kind of you. Oh. No, I don't know. Oh, yeah, thank you. That's very kind of you. You were in the Awesome. What's his name? Evan. Graham? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, there he is there. Graham. Graham is a member with their young lad, their little lad. Bless him. Big shout out to Luke and the family who I met at McDonald's earlier. I said I wouldn't forget his name because of Jilly's Star Wars connections. Use the Force, Luke. I don't know how. But yeah. Dad's got the coolest white beard I've ever seen in my life. Brilliant. If I went white overnight, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all because it's absolutely pure as the driven snow, and he's very fortunate because he's quite rare, isn't it? I mean, you see people go grey, don't you? Like, you know, silvery grey, like old what's his face? You know, the geezer on GMTV or whatever. Are you there, Jilly? I can't hear you. Are you eating or something? Okay. Look at the flex on that wing, folks. Even at low speeds. And then when she hits the ground, all that flex, well, most of it anyway, all 13 odd feet of it will neutralise. Watch the wing flex downwards eventually. See that? Yeah. Oh, are they off? Have they gone? Oh, lovely people doing it. Wow, it's gone long. Bye! Thanks, mate. Thank you, sir, madam, and little, what was his name? Oh, terrible name. Violet, steaming in Germany. Mark Sprague made it up to the flight deck 6 times while travelling. Last time was a good hour in the cockpit on the way back from Mexico. Way back and on a 767. Wow. We're obviously maybe talking about the era of analog, which, to be honest with you, I mean, I love the modern, the technology that these aircraft use now because it's so safe, isn't it? But the analog days is nothing like it. When you see that blind flying panel with all the other instruments, especially the big jets that used flight engineers as well, like my old man's DC-8. So 3-man flight crew. Well, actually on his jet it was a 4-man because you'd have a load master that would travel with us as well, overseeing the freight loading and offloading, sorry. Smart looking jet, this, isn't it? Again, I'm just that's your retard. When you hear the engines dropping notes, that's where they've dropped the throttles. and the boards come up. Very clever systems that they have on the aircraft nowadays. Lots of automated systems which help the pilot, aid the pilots, and you know, reduce the workload. Reduce the workload, really. You know, it's especially if you've got you know, a like an old aircraft where you're constantly, I mean, the flight engineer's job must have been the most sort of like, I wouldn't say stressful, but most labour intensive, let's say, to the brain anyway, overseeing the instruments. Drop it. Oh, say that then. Wow. Cloud, look at what he's climbing out into, man. Big gnarly cloud, and that'll all be showing up on their flight display. They'll be seeing the intensity of any winds or you know, whatever is inside that cloud will show different colours of intensity, especially winds as well. This is one of the hybrid 320s. It's not a Neo, but it has the Neo winglet on it. Shark. And of course, I think they were fitted in the factory when those aircraft were built. They haven't been retrofitted, the winglet, the sharklets. Would be interesting, wouldn't it? Obviously, there have been in the past some options on the A380 winglet. You know, they did look at creating the well, it was the Neo variant, wasn't it? Was it a 900? I think it was. Of course, all 380s flying at the moment are an 800 variant, and the last two digits basically indicate what engine type it is, I believe. And reading recently, the Rolls-Royce powered 380s are more sought after in terms of second-hand value. Not that anyone's probably, apart from Global. See, that's the old style. See the old style winglet, look? You know, that sort of thing was on the A310. Airbus were working, developing, you know, because understandably the wing tip of an aircraft, the reason why they have winglets is because the wing tip of the aircraft is a very disruptive part of the aircraft in terms of the wake and drag. It's what's known as drag, which basically it's like having a weight out the back of the aircraft, and it's almost like driving along with your handbrake on, if you know what I mean. So the more pointy or the more sort of like streamlined and aerodynamic you can make the wing, which you can see a beautiful example of the raked and blended wingtip on that Dreamliner. Look at that! Look how pointy it is, man. Different variations of winglet for different style of aircraft, types of aircraft. Interesting that now this is another hybrid jet, look, with the sharklet, but with the old engines, the IAEs. Oh, there we go. Never ending.
And again, like I've said before, sometimes when you see a pilot will do what looks like a wheelie, literally, but that is just about bringing the front end of the aircraft down nice and softly and not letting it just wallop on the ground and you know, not only, you know, frustrate the crew and the people up front, but also, you know, I mean, you do get some pretty hardcore touchdowns, but when you've the general procedure, the procedure is to get the mains down first, then roll it out. You'll see the elevators being used to sort of like manicure almost the front of the aircraft, bringing it down nice and softly. JCG tuning in from Sao Paulo. Good day to you, JCG. Wow, how cool is that? We're at the Renaissance Hotel, folks. Anybody wondering? Always been very fortunate, right from the early days of Big Jet TV, that the Renaissance have always supported us. They know about us, they like us, they get on with us. Great teams in there as well. You know, the staff there are very helpful, helping everybody out. What is that little? Is that little? That's a sort of like a maintenance. What is that? Little hatch there. Interesting. Anybody got any info on that? Has it got a monitor on it? It must be plugged into something. That must be a sort of like an inspection hatch that inside that bay there's a couple of plugs or something like that for sensors and interesting. That's really good feedback about the audio and the video. That's really good. Thank you, sir. Stephen. Crazy. Thank you. Linda G. Saw you 50 minutes ago. I'm surprised that snack drivers can't see you though. You did stick out. Yes, I know. It is incredible, isn't it? That, you know, especially when Jilly puts on the order. Man standing on van. How many other men standing on van can you see? And they sometimes, I've had one where he's just driven straight past. Straight past! Like, wow. Slow down, mate. Slow everything down. Your moped, your brain, everything. John Grinham, sorry. Great sound. The Renaissance is where they filmed the Sweeney film in the 70s. Stuart Ross saying, yes, indeed. Watched it many times. And interestingly, when way back in the days when they were flying, you know, the old, in the 80s and, or certainly in the 80s, late 70s, 80s, you had to check in London, just on the outskirts of London, and then you would be busted before the, I think that was still around about the time of the Queen's Terminal. When was the Queen's Terminal opened here at Heathrow? Anybody got any info on that? Great visuals, man. Colours. That dark cloud behind, very loomingly nice. A220, Bulgarian. Pratt & Whitney's Raptor X, that's a 300 variant, the A220 300, which would have been a CS 300 back in its early days when it was originally manufactured. EGPX, good afternoon. Ronnie and Ewan, more gnarly weather coming your way in 40 minutes. I'm not seeing anything at this stage. Anything that's sort of like approaching me from What are the winds doing, folks? 4th of June 2014, Dan saying, wow, really? 2014? That seems very recent, doesn't it? I thought it was like the 80s or 90s. 2014. So in 2014 there were still IL-76s and Illusion jets and all sorts of caravels and stuff like still flying in 2014. Because I've seen some amazing footage from the Queen's Building of some incredibly old school jets. It's been massively for 2014. We started Big Jet TV in 2017. Is that when it 2016? Was that when it closed? Maybe the Queen's Building closed in 2014. I think these answers that I'm getting, Tracy, thank you. What I meant was, when did it open? Oh, 1955 by Queen Elizabeth. Okay. Demolished in 2009 to make room for a rebuilt Terminal 2. Partially demolished, I have to say. Not fully demolished, because there's still little tiny remnants, but 1955, there we go. Freddie Laker, thank you. Original building opened in 55, according to Google. Thank you. Saw this on the roster. This is late, isn't it? IL-62 Martin, yes, thank you. TU-154. The old Tupolevs from back in the day. Loved them, man. Loved those old crazy looking Russian jets that were basically a copy of our VC-10 and 727, but just ginormous versions of them, weren't they? C5 Allen, Vietnam Dreamliner Finals, very unique livery. There we go, thank you. Graham Laidlaw, I remember going to the Queen's Building for the observation gardens on the top. Wow. John William, great shot, 777-200. She is United. Turned that round quick, didn't they? Oh, it was originally called the Europa Building. Oh, yeah. Russell Sprout, a real brute, the 5-door. 300 he's talking about there, folks. 777-200 is a 4-door, 4 exit doors either side, whereas the 777-300 sports 5 doors. Wow, Clive Clark flew on a TU-154 to Bulgaria. Wow. Here now remembers going to Heathrow in the early 70s to pick up a US friend, the old clickety-clack boards. Wow, yes. Yeah! Wow, look at that! Look at that, man. Disrupting everything underneath the aircraft. That's why it gets so grubby underneath it. Look at that. Blowing all that water all over the place. Look at that. Because it literally blows the air more sideways than forward, creating a wall of air. Almost like a shockwave, if you can imagine it. Aidan Campbell, the office buildings held the airport's administration as well as airline officials, and only business and conference centre were on the airport property. Oh wow, look at this. Could be another. Look at the old Rainbow GP. Oh, we got rain. Here it is. Yeah, we got rain. You've got me. My cat's made me crazy. IL-62 flew from Queen's Building. Mother-in-law went to Moscow on one to perform in an opera. Wow! How cool is that? Gary D, is there a reason why BA goes easy on the 380 Rolls-Royce reversers? Good question that, Gary, because they do certainly do that at London Heathrow, but they don't tend to do it overseas. But sometimes, out of the blue, you'll get one that sort of like gives it large. Right, okay, I'm afraid the microphone has to come on inside. Come on. Look at that shot. Straight through it, GP. Come on, inside. I don't want to go in. Yes, come on, we've got to keep you nice and dry. I want to stay out here. Wow, look at that. And the shape that it's made. Look at its wake, mate. Look at the wake on the left side there as well. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that absolutely beautiful, man? Look at it. I'm not sure if that's this jet's wake or another wake of a big aeroplane. It certainly appears to be. Wow, no it's not, you know. This is the Vietnam jet, isn't it? Wow. Bamboo. What has happened to them? What has happened to bamboo? Trying to avoid that storm system there by the looks of it. Possibly. Maybe not. It's definitely monitoring equipment of some descriptions. Wow. Do not adjust your sets, ladies and gentlemen. Darren Dolby, indeed. Brandon Rabb, Bamboo went under and sold off a bunch of their fleet. Yeah, they had quite a modern fleet, didn't they? Dreamliners and the like. Mark Sprague, great looking livery. Gareth Lydiat, liking the livery. Rob LHR, all blacks livery is the best plane I've ever seen. And we had we were lucky to catch it in Sydney. Over the sky. Oh, easy son, easy, 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 easy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's happening again, look at that, isn't that crazy, man? It's almost like
the Holy Mary, isn't it? Almost. I'm going to get bad for that. New landings, Plainbow. Brilliant. Spot Flight Live. No. The Mary, the Mary Magdalene, or the statues that you see, where she's holding the Beba Jesus. Flew on Bamboo 2 years ago from Da Nang to Saigon, Dylan, saying, wow, did clipping the mic under the peak of your hat not work out for you? Was a much better set. Spot Flight Live, the only thing with that was it peaked quite easily, because I do tend to raise my voice, and so it's a great idea for keeping the microphone dry, most definitely. Bit of a problem with the lead, because obviously it's a wired mic, but that wasn't really an issue. It was just that it was so close to my mouth that that's why we tried all the different variations. And the in my pocket it's fine, but on the camera it's obviously better. And in fact, it has actually stopped raining once again, and as a result I'm going to be able to take it out again. Do you want to come out? Oh yeah, come on out. It's very suffocating in here. All right. Come on in. Out you come. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. It's horrible in there. I don't like being in there. And there you go. That's the hiya. Cool, man. You want a sticker? Here you go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. What's your name? Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie just turning up with the old man. Big fan. It's great, isn't it? These young kids could grow up to be pilots, engineers, technicians, company CEOs. Certainly do a lot better than some of them out there at the moment, I know. So polite as well. Fly SSC, raining here now on the Normandy side of the channel. Well, it's not raining here at the moment. The mic's out. Somebody wanted a 350, but I tell you what, look at that breaking out. Oh, mate, I only just flipping brought the mic in. Sorry, mate, you're going to have to go in again. Oh, no, really? Yeah, sorry, mate. Just one more then. Okay, one more then. Somebody wanted a 350. Oh, okay, there we go. Ethiopia, look at this. Thank you, Paul Skilling. Sorry, mate. Up and down, in and out. Go on, Sonny, you go. All right, then. You're doing a good job, mate. You're doing a good job. Just got to keep you dry. I know. Paul Probat. Thank you so much to the family who brought me the coffee. 2 free fiddies in a row. In the partridge in a pear tree. Jason Clayton. Welcome back, Jason. Yeah, no.
I wouldn't want to be the Prime Minister, because no one would ever work for me, because they're all bleeding useless. So I'll be firing them every 5 minutes. No, you're fired. Houses of Commons would just be empty, wouldn't it? Just me ranting at everyone else on the opposite bench. Not interested. Oh, start up. Oh, open the zip for the start up. Something starting up. I don't know where that is. Yeah, normally be able to point it out. Is it that possibly that Turkish 777 that's just pushed back there? I think it may well be. Very gloomy skies around me. Kid in PJs. Oh, there's the RTO from this morning, or from earlier on this afternoon. While I was walking over the parking lot here, I heard him power up and then powered back down again. Okay, you can come out now. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep you down there. All right then. Jake, he's a returning member. Welcome back, Jake. Sarah Louise, Pinky is at this stage sitting on the nest, I think. Big plastic aeroplane, look. Carbon jet. How about that? Hello, mate. Nice. Amazing, isn't it? I think it's about, is it about 60%? Maybe 70% composite, that aircraft. Front nose section forward of that number one door is alloy, is of an alloy makeup. Everything aft of that is carbon, woven carbon as well. I think it's not. I think it's or matted carbon. Oh, easy, son, easy, easy. Oh, a lot of Turkish jets in town today. Whoa! Where's he gone? Yeah, amazing. Engine nacelles and core cowls, reverser doors of the engine's carbon composite. Titanium blades on the XWBs, the Trent XWBs. Other components are obviously alloy as well. Certain components, you know, undercarriage, etc., etc. Wing, rib, apparatus, and different components of the wings are obviously very light alloys that they use these days to bring the weight down. Constantly sort of like introducing new composite materials and alloys and stuff like that, which, you know, can do them good. But then again, sometimes, like we've seen with Pratt & Whitney, with the use of, and also with Rolls-Royce with the Trent 1000, the use of manufacturing techniques. I think the blades were grown. Some of the low pressure turbine blades, or was it high pressure turbine blades? I'm not sure. Are actually grown on the Trent 1000 engine. You know, in sort of like, I mean, it's a crazy manufacturing technique. And the other manufacturing technique, which has caused a few problems for Pratt & Whitney, of course, is the use of the powder technology for building those frames. Because obviously, you know, you need materials that are very can withstand very high temperatures, and that's why scientists and engineers and technicians are continually working to develop, you know, more powerful engine components and lighter as well at the same time. It's not just in what it can withstand. Of course, it's maintaining how light it is as well, because otherwise it doesn't make, you know, because back in the old days they still had it was very advanced even back in the old days. Raptor X SAS 320 Neo from Stockholm, moving away from the is it Star Alliance? They're moving away from Star Alliance and going to SAS. Was it? I think it was SAS, isn't it? Have announced that they're leaving the one of the alliances and moving to another one. I think that's because of a code share that they've got with another operator. Chris Buchanan Withers, what engines are on the A330? Good question. Well, it could be Rolls-Royce Trent 700s, also the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, and also CF6 as well, I think are used on the old school A330 CEOs, that is. On the new Neo A330, of course the 339 is exclusively shod with the Trent 7000 engine. Oh, easy, son. This is the A220, another highly efficient aircraft. Pratt & Whitney engines. Airbus have been plagued by issues with their operators. Oh, a little bit shouty. Yeah, been plagued with the Pratt & Whitney problems. You can see how big the fan casing is on the Neo compared to the CEO. That's an IAE engine. And that Pratt & Whitney engine is, as you can see, much bigger with the new big fan blades. Half the number of fan blades in these modern Neo engines compared to the older engines. Still very efficient, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, we're talking about David Dunlop, what is the most powerful engine? Good question that, David. Well, currently flying in operation, it's a toss-up between the GE90, because it has a 115B variant, which is 115,000 pounds of thrust. But the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB is a very powerful engine. But new engines that are coming out, the GE9X and the Rolls-Royce. Wow, you see that? Nice bit of fluffage, man. cracking a great big hole in that cloud. Look at that. Look at that, isn't that beautiful, man? You actually see it happening. That's the wake, folks. That's the crazy wake that these things leave behind. Well, it's just like a boat. It's not surprising when you understand aerodynamics and, you know, how the systems work. It's a wing, and depending on the shape of the wing or whatever component it might be, it will leave a different wake. But generally, these things tend to leave what almost looks like a love heart when they crack through the cloud. Just going to watch this one because it might be. I think it's a little bit far away from that cloud still. It's always not your Aviation in it, but. Splinky 57's a new member. Welcome, Splinky 57. She goes. There it is. What's that, GP? Oh, we've got Lady Speedbird is a new member. Welcome, Lady Speedbird. So much money, Penny, isn't it? Yes, call Lady Speedbird. Aidan Campbell, in static tests, it has generated a maximum thrust of over 85,000 pounds, and the technology can be scaled to as high as 110,000 for narrow body or wide body aircraft in the 2030s. Is the yeah, they are. That's what I think he's talking about, the Rolls-Royce engine there. Yeah, they are developing obviously the big engine first because they kind of want to prove that it can be used on a big aeroplane like the 777-9, amongst and also they're looking to use the Rolls-Royce engine as a re-engine for older aircraft, which is quite interesting. So you possibly see even, I think Rolls-Royce have even mentioned that the Trent, oh yeah, nice aircraft turning in there on the back. See it in the background there. They're also looking at the Trent as a replacement of the XWB. Sorry, not the Trent, the Ultrafan. And so yes, they are going to build different variants of it for narrow and wide body jets, because the Trent family's been around a long time, isn't it? Trent 500 powering the was the Trent 5 powering the 346, wasn't it? Let's see what happens with this one. Yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Malaysian 350. More carbon boards as well. Ground spoilers. Oh, they've moved that piece of equipment. Oh no, there's a geezer there moving away, towing it away, is he? Okay, let's see if we can get a closer look at it. See what it is. Oh, nosy, aren't we? Oh no, it's just steps. There's no monitor, it was just steps, access steps. Looks like Boston in the morning. ARC 0232. What happened to the United Bird Strike yesterday? What's that? Oh, there goes that One World Triple. Maybe had a well, it depends on whether it's whether it's in the engine's thrust, Jilly. That would flap around, wouldn't it? Anything would tumble and flap around, but you'd be able to see whether a bird is flapping its wings. Right, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. JS626. So the wind turbine blade transport plane is going to have 12 times cargo volume of a 747-400. I'll believe it when I'll see it. Yeah, JS626. That's also a question that I have about this transport aircraft, which is, first of all, they're sort of like shooting themselves in the foot in terms of using it for just specifically for turbine blades, because it's a limited market, isn't it? But also, the problem with that is that the reason why they are developing a plane specifically for that purpose is because of the logistical transport issues with getting these things around and getting them to the place where they. Do you want a sticker, mate? There you go, fella.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Great work.
Thanks, mate. There you go, son.
Love you.
Cool, man. Yeah. Can always rely on the CFMs, man. Look at that, blowing puddles of water. I love that. It's a great shot when you see that, as it rolls through there, as it rolls through puddles, pooling water. I love it anyway. There's quite some lineup, Fly SSC1 saying. Daniel Pearson, good afternoon to you. CPR, so it's still unknown what happened to the pre-stream 777 earlier on. Yes, CPR just took off. It's gone, it's on its way. This is Korean's triple 5-door. Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense at all, does it? You build an airplane to transport these blades, but what about, smell that. Oh, what a smell, man. I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, see what I mean? Wow. Looks like little mini explosions on the runway. That's pretty cool. Hey, that's not the Eurowings jet that I flew on, is it, Chilly? Remember that? No, Brussels, sorry, Brussels Airlines. It is. I've flown on that aeroplane, ladies and gents. Oh, I'm going to take a picture of it and see. Is it? What's the flight radar picture still saying, Jilly? I was just going to take a picture of them and send that to them. Okay, hold on. Good on you, Milan. No, that was me taking a photo still. Penny Haskins, busy afternoon lineup. Now the smell of rubber is drifting in my direction. Yeah, it was Brussels, yeah. nice and softly. Yeah. All on the brakes. Oh, a little bit of reverse. Runway explosions. Michael Bodmer, doesn't the US use all white planes like that when you fly from Vegas to Area 51? I mean, unmarked, yes, maybe. Not sure what they use now, because obviously, you know, they used to have didn't they used to have a 747 SP that they used to use, but I think they might use smaller jets now to transport the workers. Is it for the workers or the crazy scientists? Look at Boab sitting there over the air. The gate guardian of Heathrow. 737 squashed. It's the Max. Split scimitar winglet, that's called, folks. Lots of people don't know, but that is a split scimitar winglet. First introduced, I think, on the MD-11. Yeah. Look at the little explosions going off, man. Crazy. Sananda all's good. Love 767s. That I understand. 777 only just got off a 737-700. It was so nice. Wow, yeah, proper old school. Well, not old school, but you know, CFM powered. Oh, that's interesting. Flight Radar 24 today. Jules Harris saying they posted a video about winglets today. Easy, easy, easy. I always remember it was High Fly, wasn't it, that were going to test a special winglet on the A330, on one of their A330s. Never came to fruition, but if you Google High Fly carbon winglet or something like that, you'll see it's a three-pronged, almost like primary feathers on a bird of prey. Very, very delicate looking thing, I have to say, and obviously with the cost of manufacture and also of retrofitting it to a jet, I don't think it ever came to fruition, but you might see it there on Google. High Fly A330 winglet. I might. Lady Speedbird, Korean flared too early, no need for full reverse thrusters. They burnt fuel without cause. Interesting. Thank you, Lady Speedbird. Flared too early. Wow. Somebody knows, yeah, their procedures. You all right down there, mate? What's that? Oh, cool, mate. Awesome. You made that, did you? Oh, is it? Oh, thanks, mate. I'll give you a sticker in return. There you go, mate. Nice one, fella. Oh, thanks for that. Oh, this little lad, look.
LHR Av Geek. Bless him. He's got his own little caplet. He's got his own little caplet. He's got his own branding. Fair play. He's only about 10, for God's sake. He'll be a Prime Minister by the time he's 21. Or running something. Fair play. LHR Av Geek. Look at me with me badge. I've got a badge. Cool, man. Yeah, he's got the top and all, man. He's got the sweatshirt and everything. Fair play. Good lad. Reverse thrusters to idle 90% of the time for BA ops. Lady Speedbird has confirmed it to me. It is indeed 90% idle. But Lady Speedbird, maybe you can answer me this. Why is it that when I fly on a BA 380, for example, or a triple or a Dreamliner or whatever it might be, to a long haul destination, when I get over the other side, they always use a lot of reverse thrust? Is that an altitude thing, or is it just because here, obviously at Heathrow, especially on 27 operations, you can roll it all the way down on the brakes. Very powerful brakes these things have, and of course the whole reason why they do it is to preserve the engines. Nice fin air for easy, son. Easy. There we go. She's down. So this is what. There you go, that's idle thrust that Lady Speedbird's talking of there. Basically, they open the doors for safety reasons, I'm guessing, just in case they need to apply any thrust. But there's just bypass air flowing through those engines, through those the reverser panels, so to speak. But no real power being exerted, because obviously, you know, these aircraft have very strong brakes, very powerful brakes, very efficient speed brakes as well. The ground spoilers that they use on the wings as well. Somebody did tell me a couple of weeks ago that, well, a little while ago actually, that apparently the idle reverse on a 380 is as powerful as, and that's only two engines of course, is as powerful as a Trident at full thrust. Lady Speedbird, there we go, depends on altitude, runway length, fuel on board, landing weight at the time. There we go, thank you. That sums it all up, doesn't it? It is all. Makes perfect sense. Obviously, when you reach a destination like New York or something, you've burnt off the majority of your allocated fuel. Still got a lot in the contingency bucket, so to speak. But seems to me like that might be an altitude thing that I've noticed. Is that the case? Why Anchorage as well? Why they give it large? See if we can get a little bit of artistry going on here as that jet breaks through. Come on. JD74, great to hear a lady pilot input. Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, again, I have to say, it's no surprise to me to have male or female pilots. It's just you know, we're all in it together. But yes, for some, I can understand that it is great to have a lady pilot with us, because we, after all, oh yes, here we go. Look at that beautiful effect there. Isn't that fantastic, man? The wake, ladies and gentlemen, the vortex wake. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We're honoured to have any pilot, male or female or otherwise, on our show, commenting as well and giving people knowledge. I think it's great, and I feel very honoured as well that they come on here and
and get involved in the chat. And also, sort of like, not so much criticising, but just sort of like, you know, talking about a specific landing or manoeuvre or whatever it might be. I think it's great. I love to have it. We've got so many amazing flight and cabin crew. Quite rare to see that Egyptair 320 Neo starting up. Ellis Chernoff, runway length indeed. I think that the New York runways would be any shorter than the ones here at London Heathrow. About 2 miles long, I think, each one here. Not that much difference. Thank you, Ellis. BA is also the only airline that uses monitored approaches to all quiet on the flight deck. I know what she's talking about there. Isn't that the case with all sort of like, you know, with systems that record the flight crew? China 350 thinking of joining the stack, Avro saying. Got something 2 out behind this one. Ian Saunders. Yes, Ian, that's very true. Something that I've monitored over the years is the fact that obviously with on 27 operations, they generally have a lot of runway to use to run out on because they're going down to Terminal 5. Although there is a satellite terminal at T5, so you need to factor that one in as well. So it's not always the very end exit that they're going to use for T5, but it doesn't really factor that in, purely because I've noticed when they're on 9s, they also tend not to use very much reverse thrust. Great retard sound, that man. What's going on over there? Yeah. Cathay Pacific fast turnaround for Egyptair. Well, yeah, it's single aisle jet, so kind of quarter of the amount of time it needs compared to like a big jet like a triple or a 330 or something like that. Less work to do. Robert Shepherd, I'm a pilot too. I fly the Cessna F406 professionally and love talking about aviation. That's fantastic, Robert. It is great to have, and whether you fly a Cessna F406 or whether you fly an A380, all the same to me. Pilots know their stuff. It's just the only difference is literally type rating to different aircraft sizes, and you know, but even, you know, as a pilot of a small aircraft, you still have to know everything about flying in terms of navigation, which is really important, and the rules of the airwaves, really, you know. But I mean, flying an aeroplane is one thing, but navigating it, understanding it, easy. There she goes. That's Fitch. Good afternoon. Funny, the old 320s don't often make a racket when they're when they're going out sometimes. Melanie Mark K, favourite livery, Egypt Air. Looks great on the triple, doesn't it? Montana Girl, good afternoon to you. You could get your pilot's license maybe cheaper and just not fly. I've thought of that. Don't want to actually be a pilot, just want to know it. Yeah, it is. I mean, everything that I know is literally stuff that I've, learned over the years, but by just reading what people have to say, and got a little bit from the old man back in the day from having flown with him and observed him operating the aircraft. But in terms of, it's very complex. You have to understand, navigation, altitudes, that kind of stuff, how different airspace works, and, be able to understand the approach procedures for different airports around the world, depending on which direction you're coming from, what runway is in use, etc., etc. So there's a lot of things to learn and understand when you're a pilot. 350. Seven Lenny, yes. Oh, it's a beautiful livery on this one. Nice. Captain Jerry Donnelly. Great circle routes over the poles. Okay. Guy's just about to hit rain. So they'll be checking their flight radar and the weather radar, which is situated in the nose of the aircraft behind the radome. And sometimes they may opt or request a routing around a specific cell or whatever it might be, but that has to all be cleared through air traffic control, of course. You don't just steer your way around the skies any old willy-nilly. You've got to obviously clear that with air traffic control. They have to make possible changes to other people's routings as well. But if it's a last-minute thing where they're avoiding a specific cell or something like that, then they may request that either at the gate or not that late on, I wouldn't have thought. MDC Vegas aviation is so complicated, even with modern avionics. Yeah, to be honest with you, the flying of the plane is one thing. It's knowing the rules of the sky and also the complexities. You've got to be good at maths. That rules me out. You've got to be good at geography. That rules me out. You've got to be good at navigation. That's a big thing. That's a big part of it. But once you go to school and you learn it, you could do it later on in life. It's, you don't have to be, particularly young to learn how to fly. Some people fly very late on in life, but in terms of being a commercial pilot, there are age restrictions and stuff like that in terms of retirement and when you can. But mind you, if you're 30, 40, even 50 years old, if you've had a life of flying with one of the major carriers or whoever it might be, you could literally jump from one operation to flying big freighters the next. Literally, it's as simple as that. Perfect example being my being my niece's husband, who was flying with EasyJet on the 318, and went from that to and I've seen quite a few people actually in the last year who have gone from EasyJet to flying with Emirates in Dubai, being looked after by them, great housing, great schooling, in your own time. Thank you. MDC Vegas, reading a compass, learning to understand how to talk on the radio, communicate to the tower, all the jargon, taxi process, yes. I mean, learning about a new airport that you're flying into, the taxiways, and that's why sometimes when you see them land here, you may see them sit at the exit, at the entrance to the taxiway when they're just double checking the taxiway routes. Obviously, it gets a lot harder when it's in the dark. So yeah, you've got to really have your wits about you. Of course, it's very helpful to have a flight management computer where you input all the waypoints and so on and so forth. These guys, they're on autopilot literally. I think somebody saying a while back that as little as 500 feet off the ground, and they're switching to autopilot with Emirates. That aircraft will literally fly itself. You've just got to monitor the instruments all the way there. But you know, you still got to understand what it's doing. You know, I think the waypoints are preset into the FMC. So you know, this guy turn whatever, climb and maintain whatever altitude, heading to so-and-so, contact departures on this, that and the other. And then when they get to the waypoint, they will then contact that waypoint to indicate that they've reached that point, and that, and then it will just say continue on the path. I'd imagine, because literally once the aircraft is flying itself, there's very little need for the pilots to be sort of like, the only thing they're doing, I guess, is just communicating with the I mean, I know it's a lot more sophisticated than that, but you know, because of the very sophisticated autopilot systems that they use these days, it's well, have been using for many years now. Jules Harris, HGC EK30 number 9. Paul Weston. Yeah, I think having a sight. Evan, what about it? That young lad, the little kid Evan, right? That was him. Yeah, the little kid with his mum. His mum who brought me the coffee, I think. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Little ATR on approach. I don't know if this is a 42 or what, but always nice to see the prop. You know it's an ATR because the undercarriage extends from the, or is stowed in the body of the aircraft, as opposed to a Dash 8 or Q4 or Q2, where the undercarriage is stowed in the engine nacelles or behind the engines. Watch the reverse pitch. There it is. No, I disagree with that. It might be complex, but it was complex in the old days when you had to literally monitor every single part of the journey and fly the aircraft manually with a navigator and so forth, like they did back in the old days of the Constellations and aircraft like that, where they had a sextant, literally, a navigator, a wireless operator, flight engineer, and 2 pilots. Yeah, that's when it was really complicated. When you compare modern day aircraft, it is a lot easier. I'm not digging myself any kind of a hole. That's I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on that one. You know, all you've got to do is, I say all you've got to do, but when you've got to put, as opposed to literally having to, you know, like nowadays when you drive your car up the road, you're, you know, if you're driving from London to Scotland, you sling the postcode in the sat-nav, that's it, bang, you're done, aren't you? You just rely on the sat-nav to take you there. It's made us lazy in a way, you know, but and that's kind of the same way that it's gone with aviation over the years. You know, of course it is a very, very complex and difficult thing to learn in terms of the mathematics, the navigation, and all of that kind of stuff. But you know, when you're inputting the numbers into the FMC, the flight management computer, before you leave, you're calculating. Even the FMC already has a preset knowledge of runway lengths for specific airports, you know, etc., etc. You input the load in terms of the weight of the aircraft, of its fuel and passengers and luggage and cargo and all that kind of stuff. Even the catering and stuff like that. How much you've got on board will determine it's this, that, and the other. Which you know, not for once saying it's easy to become a pilot. That's for sure. But it certainly is a lot easier than it was back in the old days when my old man used to fly. If you see what I mean. I mean, you had to monitor instruments continually, you know, oil pressure gauges, temperature gauges, you know, all that kind of stuff, which is all now on the FMC for you. Steffi Quinlan just finished watching Masters of the Sky. Yeah, I mean that was when it was really complex. I could talk about that for hours and hours on end. You know what our brave boys during the Second World War in terms of the bombers, of the long range flights. You know, flying long range into enemy territory with literally in the dark as well. But we won't really go into that. I will look out for that Lady Speedbird on the 777. Was it the 3 or just the 777? Just the 777. 3s or 2s. Raptor X, Danish Air Transport 321, operations for BA from Billund in Denmark. That's that one there that's just touched down, isn't it? It's unmarked 321. Well, there you go. You see, that's an example of aircraft that are, you know, a case of airlines that are short of aircraft in terms of deliveries. All manufacturers. Mind that. So that's either that 321 is either, yeah, nice little bit reverser given by that 320, man. Don't often see that. Runway explosion. Yeah, the yes, the aircraft that are either replacing or being leased. Got a smile on its face, look. It's got a little happy face, look. Look at his little face, look. He's happy. Rotev, anything in life is possible with hard work and determination. He did it, there you go. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Yep, absolutely. Commitment. If you're going to do something, you've got to commit to it. Wow, look at that, flying through the water there, trailing that wake of water from the wing. Really? Low speed air passing over the fan blades there. That howl that you hear of the Pratt & Whitney. Not so much the LEAP engine doesn't do that, but the Pratt & Whitney engine does it. It's a bit of a battle between them both, isn't it? Between the geared turbofan and the non-geared turbofan. I think it's the Pratt & Whitney that is a geared turbofan. The LEAP is not. But Pratt & Whitney having a few issues at the moment, but seem to be riding it out quite well. Still a lot of orders for their engines, because let's face it, when an order is placed, it's not just the airframer that makes the announcement, the happy announcement, but also the engine manufacturer, engine supplier. Debbie Winchell has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Debbie. I have to say, observing that, it is a minimal flare, isn't it? For the triple, compared to say the A330, which has quite a pointy flare, doesn't it? Suffer 63 BA, like other airlines, have leased in the DAT Airbuses, but are also expecting 3 A320neos and A321neos soon. Okay, so that is as a result of either aircraft that are being serviced, that are currently going through service, or aircraft that are, you know, they are just short of aircraft, and maybe some delays in deliveries from Toulouse, I'm thinking. ARC 0232 reduce the risk of tail strike. Well, the risk of tail strike is also reduced by the actuator on the 777, isn't it? Especially during takeoff, I hear. The design of the undercarriage is such that it minimises the chances of a tail strike. Is that something turning in on the back of the stack? Nice. Look at that, man. Decel. Nothing to write home about there. Mac Jones, thank you. Great position. It is. And we're very fortunate. We're at the Renaissance Hotel, folks. If you stay here, these are the views you get to look out over the airfield. All the rooms on the front, on the south-facing part of the building, are just fantastic. And they've got some pretty swanky rooms up there as well. I must at one point do a show. Well, not so much do a show. Go and check out that. Chiller has gifted a membership. Thank you, Chiller. Let's go and check out that suite upstairs. That we should do that, Jerry, shouldn't we? Yeah, yeah. The plane is in a Planespotting sort of like a room, isn't it? It's a lounge, yeah. Loco. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You all right, mate? All right, son. How you doing? Got me last sticker here, mate.
Oh, there you go. Cheers, Derek.
There you go, mate. Ah, good stuff. Nice to see you, mate. Oh, bless him. The kids, man. So cool to have the kids. He's walking over there. See you later, mate. You know, when I'm old and battered and, well, a couple of weeks. No, when I'm, my knees are old, my eyes are grizzled. Yeah, these kids of the future. Who knows where they're going to go in terms of, you know, the aviation industry, engineers, technicians, flight crew, cabin crew, you know, running airports, all that kind of thing. I think it's brilliant. It's wonderful to see, and I'm so honoured that we on Big Jet TV are sort of like, you know, sending these kids off in that right direction. At least having something to grab onto. Without being sort of like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm older, you know. I want to be a pilot, or I want to do this. I want to work on airplanes. You know, some kids have a love for technology, especially nowadays. You know, in terms of programming and all that kind of funky stuff. Oh, okay. Mad Margaret saying, "Oh, the executive lounge of the Renaissance is on the 3rd floor." That's how she said it. It's on the 3rd floor, apparently. Sorry, Margaret. Fly SSC, yeah, the kids of the future. Yeah, you know what I was saying earlier on about that aircraft that's being developed, supposedly developed by some crazy geek in America, specifically to fly the blades for the yeah, sorry, the turbine blades for these electricity generating towers. Some of them, you know, the new ones are massive. When I flew into Schiphol the other day, I did notice actually there's a farm of towers out in the sea there, out in the channel. But now there are some massive ones, almost double the size. I'm hearing that apparently the span is somewhere in the region of 300 feet, I think, from tip to tip. So about 150 foot long, some of these blades, just incredible to harness the power of the wind, obviously, and it's a great thing. But, you know, they're saying that they're developing this aircraft specifically to take these blades to, because of the complexities of transporting them by road. Well, the problem I see there is that you might be able to transport them by plane, but you can only transport them up to a certain point, can't you? You've still got to, at some point, transport them to the final destination, haven't you? The fixing point, which you know, kind of defeats the object. I don't want to sort of like throw criticism on your idea, but it seemed a little bit, you know, maybe the people that have developed it or are planning it haven't actually fully thought about it, because, you know, I'm not, you know, I just don't, you know, if let's just say, for example, you're putting a load of hold on, let's just get this start up, get this out here.
Just about here.
It seems to me that as soon as I put this mic on the camera, the bleeding rain starts. It does seem a little bit odd that, you know, in terms of the logistics of transporting these things, obviously there are very powerful helicopters that they sometimes use to fly them to their remote locations, let's say. You know, the hills of wherever and out in the middle of the Hebrides somewhere. You know, you still need some other logistical transport system, whether it be road or sea or air. You know, you can only get it so far, can't you? If you've got this massive, great big transporter and it flies into one of the, oh, look at that, private jet. John Atkinson. They build the blades at Siemens in Hull, just across the river from me. Each individual blade is over 80 metres long. They ship them out by sea. Yeah, that's obviously the most obvious logistical deal, isn't it? You know, if you're gonna build something like that, build them, have the manufacturing plant near to the sea. If you're building for windmill farms out in the sea, which, let's face it, most of them are nowadays, isn't it? You know, so as not to sort of like block the landscape with thousands and thousands of them. Obviously, you know, they do have many of them on land, but you know, to have them out at sea. Have they got any floating ones yet? I think they have, haven't they? Where they've got this huge, great big counterweight underneath it, so that they don't have to actually attach them to the bottom of the seabed. I think that's the latest technology, which means they can put them out in the Atlantic and places like that. Good looking 321, man. Look at that. Claire Bear mentioning about the Chinook. Yeah, more or less the only capable helicopter that could carry these things. They do from time to time, well, they did used to use the big Russian helicopters as well, didn't they? The big giant one that looks a bit like an insect, doesn't it? It's got the middle section of it, it's like there's nothing there, just these two huge undercarriage, front and rear, static undercarriage that is, and then just a massive hoisting system up inside the belly of it. Jill Blakeney, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a flight attendant, but I was told I wasn't tall enough. Is there still a minimum height requirement to be cabin crew? I don't know. Google it. Lady Speedboat giving some information on the Bovington and Lambourne holds, which are northeast, south and west. If you look on your flight radar app, you'll see aircraft that are being held in the holds. Around about this time of day, it shouldn't be that bad actually. And here comes the rain again. I swear it's when I take this bleeding mic off. Bill Odendahl. That was a lot of smoke from the engine. Did we see a lot of smoke from the startup on that 320 Neo? Oh, thank you, Vicky Denning. We do try. Oh man, it's really coming down now. I'm getting a... Oh, mate. Where did that come from? Tattooing. Oh no, I don't think. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. I don't think tattoos are going to be. I mean, look, you know, if you turn up, you've got like tattoos all over your face and all over your head. I think it might sort of like, you know, be something that they might have a few words about, although they shouldn't do. But you know, doesn't matter what you look like, does it? Or how? It's just so long as you can do the job. That's all that matters, really, doesn't it? At the end of the day. At the end of the day, it gets dark. Let's face it. Dimitris Spirou, thank you very much indeed. Hayabusa Nutter. Downloading Microsoft Flight Sim and going to play it either after years of no playing at all. There we go. Yeah, I just don't have the patience, I'm afraid. If I had a real simulator like some people have in their garages or something like that, even that I think the novelty would wear off, just because, yeah, maybe if it's got a couple of guns attached to it, or you know, or fighter pilot, maybe that would be quite good. Pinky left to right. Pinky went left to right, did it? Oh, missed it, mate. I missed it. It's out gathering food for the babies. Man, these are big droplets of water, mate. Campbell Reed, Emirates do not allow visible tattoos. Hey, you know what? I can understand it to a degree. I can understand it because, you know, well, I just can understand it. Wow, look how smooth and quiet, and no, it didn't even have the doors open, mate. Wow. Or do they now? I mean, that's just crazy. See, they've stopped that number 2 engine, I think. Just running that number 1 engine. Blair A, extra little flare. HTC Great Land was very, very calm, soft landing, wasn't it? Chrissy, Virgin don't have a minimum height as long as you can fasten your seat belt in the jump seat and you can reach an overhead bin. Yes, I've seen some flight crew, cabin crew, sorry, struggling to reach the overhead bin, but getting there in the end. So no height restrictions as far as I know. No, I don't know about that 777, Lenny. Tattoos have gone viral, so that silly policy won't last long. I don't know. They make the rules. You either, you know, it's just part of their policy. I think, unless you know. I mean, would you really want to? I mean, I'm not tarring anybody with any brush or pigeonholing in any way. You know, it's you know, if I was on the flight deck of a plane, or if I was walking past the flight deck, if I was getting on a plane and I looked to my left and there was a co-pilot or a captain sitting there with a big sleeve of tattoos, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Purely from the point of view that, you know, they wouldn't be there if they didn't have the capabilities. Doesn't matter what you look like or what you've got written on your body, just so long as you can do the job that you're told to do, or not so much told to do, trained to do, and love doing, let's face it, at the end of the day. Does it really matter? But, like they say, some airlines have very strict policies in terms of, oh yeah, here we go. Nice bit there of vortex overwing floofage. Malcolm Clinton has gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Malcolm. Great thing to do. Thank you, sir. Jason P. Oh dear, went for his class 1 medical during hay fever season. They identified an issue with lung function and made me run around the building just to be sure. Heck. Made you run around the building? Having a laugh, weren't they? Yeah, it does vary from airline to airline. Oh look, replacement nacelle on that Neo. It's a LEAP engine as well. All the British Airways Neo fleet running the LEAP engine, leading edge aviation propulsion, the replacement or the upgrade of the from the CFM 56 engine. I don't give a damn, mate. I don't give a damn. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, if they're skilled and trained properly, doesn't bother me in the slightest. What they do, what they wear, what they represent. Lee Wilkins, I did a cabin crew training for a certain airline. I have tattoos on my arms, so I had to wear a long sleeve shirt to cover them. I mean, some tattoos are absolutely amazing, aren't they? You know, some of the artwork. I'm not talking about like an anchor with mum and dad written underneath it, all sort of like fading blue. I'm talking about some of the beautiful tattoos that there are. No, mind you. If you want an anchor with mum and dad underneath it, fair play. No one's stopping you. That looks like Ryanair 737. Blue skies overhead. Oh. Yeah, someone actually had a Big Jet TV's tattoo a while ago, didn't they? Tattooing. No, a Big Jet TV tattoo would not be nice. Please? Please don't do that. That's a CFM 56 power jet. Smooth. Oh! Oh, I thought that was Pinky long range then for a second. Welcome to Geneva, folks. I thought I saw a pink. I Like Planes got gifted a membership, and the Emirates 350 has been painted at Toulouse. Thank you, I Like Planes. Well, that was our questionable destination. Next time we're on 09s, we got to go there, Julie. We have got to go. Toulouse. Yeah. Mark Harding, 737 off to Brizzle from Antalya. Oh! He's a private jet guy. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Nice. I know. See the left-hand elevator there, folks? Looks like a lazy eye, doesn't it? That is because the hydraulic systems are not yet charged. Even though the APU is running, when they start the number one engine, it will charge up the hydraulic systems and put pressure in them, and then everything will come up to the neutral position. There it is now. Or when they open the systems or whatever it might be. It might not specifically be when the engine is started, but certainly the hydraulic systems have not been charged at that stage. Richard Brandon. Yes, I know. I thought I'd get away with that. Flipping heck. How many times? Was 222 is a new member. Welcome, Was. That's something on the turn, isn't it? Look. He's making a course adjustment. Look at that. Sha! Richard Brandon. It was a really good blooming thing as well, man. I was really proud of it. Woke up at 5:20 in the morning to flipping tweet it. And I wrote it about 4 days ago as well. I was like, Jilly, can we do this? Jilly spent ages on the picture and all that. Oh, and look at it. It just ruined it by, you know. As soon as I saw that somebody mentioned it, I was like, oh no, I can't edit it. I can't do anything with it. It's like, oh. and it was the title as well. I was looking through the description. I was like, where does it say Richard W. Sage? Oh, there. Oh no, man. And I thought I hadn't thought about that all day until you just mentioned it, and until I saw it. What an idiot. Yeah, if you look past the typo, just look past the typo, and then you'll appreciate the comedy aspect of that particular tweet. Tricks, that was the German Airways Embraer 190 from Bristol. Oh, the aircraft that just went over. Fair enough. Okay, we've got another one. Let's see if we can guess what this is. Probably Lufthansa or something, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, maybe. No, she's got red. Oh. Now, what's that? Is that a 320? Is that Louder Air or something like that? Or is it Bleeding Easy Jet? No, it can't be, not coming from that direction. Mind you, I don't know. What's that NGP? 320, is it? It is EasyJet, isn't it? Paris to Bristol, 321 Neo. Cool. Leslie McIntosh, CPR, I think it's EasyJet. LFC rules. I'd go with something lighter, save the dark beers for beef. Okay. Tony E. Bikeman. Yes, he thought it was a play on words, Julia. Kind of like yeah, Brandon. Yes. We'll run with that one then, shall we? Jeremy Vine. Yes. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Yes. Yeah, I think I did. Well, folks, I'm going to get myself home and have a late lunch. I hope that's all right with you. Put my feet up for a bit. Well, yeah, some people do have their dinner in the evening, don't they? Very late lunch. Dinner. Springbok 295 just gifted 20 memberships. Thank you, Springbok. All these people that are gathering pace to come with us out to Anchorage. Thanks, Springbok. Very generous of you. All those people who've gifted memberships today, thank you. Welcome to all our new members as well. Homegrown members, you are very welcome. Thank you to everybody who's been with us today. Hope you've enjoyed your afternoon of aviation. We will be back on Wednesday. Don't know where. Don't know when. But it will be Wednesday, that's for sure. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, keep believing. Keep enjoying life. And you know, because it's a short thing. Our time on the earth is a short span of time in the grand scheme of things. So whilst you're here, be happy, spread love and happiness around the world. You can rant every now and then, like we all do. But you know, in general, be happy. Thank you, Jilly, once again. Thank you to the Renaissance. I know they never listen, they never watch, no one ever does. But thank you anyway. You can come and stay at the Renaissance anytime you like and get these views out onto the airfield. And what a great wake-up call in the morning as well, to get the sound of a 777. And there is Heathrow Airport right at the end. Good day to you, Heathrow Airport. Also putting out a very funny April Fool's this morning. But that's it, folks. Going to see you on Wednesday. Look after yourselves. Be good. Enjoy the rest of your week wherever you are, because obviously a lot of people are not off on the bank holiday. But we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, folks. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Take care. Cheerio. Bye bye. GP.